this is what we're going to be working on today. So just going to unwrap this bag. Came in from Don and Dave, Don Depue, out of Diamond Pacific, and Lapidary Dave, one of their past sales. And I paid for what was left in the tray. So there's actually 4 bags in here, I think. And don't really know the full quality of it, but just from peeking, there's a couple of really nice pieces in here. So just gonna go ahead. Let's see, should we put a tray down? Maybe we should put a tray down. Take a tray. Put this inside. And we'll pull one of these bags out. So let's have a look what we got here. There's 2. There's a couple more. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera. I hope it shows up well. And thank you all for coming in. It's been quite a week, but at least we get a short week this week. At least I do. So I didn't have to work today, which was nice. Happy Juneteenth to whoever's celebrating out there. Hi, Remetten. Welcome. Let's go ahead and just have a look in here. I don't mind you putting that in once, but trying to keep this just about rocks, but welcome. And let's have a look. Let's just open up one of these bags. We're going to put some water in here. Some water. And just help it a little bit. Hey, Steven. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, we're just going to go through a few of these bags. And like I said, these came in from Dave and Don. And haven't really looked at them. And I paid, well, like 25 bucks a bag. So I'm just going to pour it out. Yeah, rock, track, and shiny. Right with you. So let's see how we did. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Just go straight off the bat. Some nice little colors in there. Greeny golds. How many pieces we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. So this is averaging here $10 a piece. But I got 3 more bags to go, so this is looking pretty good. Yeah, let's see the goods. Okay, well, how about that? That's pretty fantastic. Getting pretty close. I just saw a couple little red pops, little bluey, purpley pops. That's a pretty substantial piece right there. Yeah, it's starting off pretty good too. And really, this was like a tray a little bit bigger than this one that was just full of the leftover rough from the sale. And some really nice, it's not fortifications like a regular agate. So I believe, well, I do know, and I'm going to read it off just so we know. Fire agate is a clear chalcedony that contains layers of goethite, or limonite, I think it's pronounced, alternating with silica and creating a spectacle optical effect. Pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if it's red, or I think it's actually might be blue, which you don't see very often. Oh, here's another bonk. Like that. Got a little bit more up there. So this white stuff on the outside, they call it ghosting. And if I can find my flashlight, I'm gonna take off this flash real quick. Maybe not. But you can see how it shines through it. And so a lot of people will take all of that off and just try to keep the middle. For me, depending on the piece, I actually like some of that white to frame it. That's another good piece. So that's just two. We're going to go through these pretty quick. All right, some little specklers in there. Neat piece with the different types of matrix there. Not so hot on the color on that piece. Got a nice little line up in here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let's get a little closer. So how's that? Sorry for the jiggle. But we can see the stone a little bit better that way. So I'd say that's what, 2.5. How about that? That's neat. And each one's just so different. This one almost, I don't know if you can see that, but it's almost like a fire agate heart shape in the middle there. So I have to find that for the thumbnail. And I think it looks like the climps. Not the climps, but climps. Here's another eyeball. Look at that. That's got some depth to it. Let's get the other light back up. So these are like partly polished, but not full on polish. But that one's got a little tiny pupil in the middle. So it's very neat. Hi Willow. That is pretty cool. Yeah, these are the ones we didn't get to look at in the sale. I just bought what was left. And I think it was Heather 72. Hi, my Captiva. Just passing through. I have wondered about your name. Are you from around Captiva? Down in South Florida? Where all the shells are? There's some great shell finding down there. Look at that one. So some of these will just remain as specimens, and some I'll try and cut a stone that can be set. Some I might just take, so something like this. That's what I thought. So we're not too far away from you. So you probably had the rain in the last few days. But my mom's come over to America a few times and stayed Sanibel and Captiva. So that's why I bring it up. She loves it. For this sort of piece, I would maybe just put a hole in the top. A nice strand. Alright, well this one's a little different. Not different. So, wowzer to that. And you see all the ghosting, which it's actually like a micro quartz to make the chalcedony. And then the goethite and the, I think it's limonite, form little layers of different iron oxides, I think it is. And it's something called, thanks my Depue, thanks for popping in, appreciate it. Hey Don, well that Opal guy, welcome. Yeah, these are pretty neat. Got these from Dave. I think you might have been watching at the time. But it's similar to Opal, but because it's got a little bit of color change to it. But it's got something called the Schiller effect is what gives it the flash. And I don't know too much deep in there as far as the knowledge on that. But I'm learning. Oh, this is a great little piece. That Opal guy, if you don't stay in the whole time, come back probably, what, 20 minutes or so? And I got a few little sneak peeks to show. I had to go to my friend's jewelry store to pick it up. He keeps some stuff for me over there. Look at that. Alright, well that's bag one. Oh, sorry. I don't mind mixing these up at this point. I wanted to keep it. Oh, see, I've got a sneaker over here. Trying to hide out. There you go. Look at that. See, that's why it's trying to hide out. Look at the colors in there. Wow. I hope they're coming across. It looks like they are. But yeah, that one's special. If not, I'll probably upload it as best I can. I'm still getting used to some of these things. Sometimes it uploads, sometimes it doesn't. Whoa is right. Look at that. Got some depth and some really nice different colors in there. Alright, we're going to keep that one off to the side. Alright, bag number 2. So that was 10 pieces. I would say 6 of those pieces are really good keepers. Look at that. Alright, so I did rather well. Yeah, this one definitely is. But this one's even got some of that same colors in the top of that right there. And these are, I'm going to guess that's about an inch from here to here. And probably an inch, inch and a half from there to there. So even if it just took something out of here, you're looking at a good inch by half-inch stone. And I was looking up some of the prices today, and they vary. You know, I saw everything from, you know, $2, $3, $4 a gram to, you know, like $100 a carat. On some of them, $20 a carat. So this one's really nice too. I like this. Got the, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyes. I wish that came out a little bit, but I can still capture some of that. Hi Ellie, welcome. Glad you could make it. I appreciate you coming into my other videos and leaving comments, all of you actually. It really helps me. And even though I do this for fun, it does help with the encouragement. So we're going to put that in the good pile. Good pile, good pile. This one, not bad, a little bit different. Does have some fortifications in there. Oh, almost looks like an owl. Owl face though. Those ones are really bright. Here's a chunk of something. Now this is all matrix. So this is more of a specimen piece. Probably sit really well. Got a little bit of the ghosting and a little bit of the fire agate up top. And actually, maybe if I brought this down a little bit, you can see the botryoidals. I might get a few more flashes out of that. But really, that's just a good, really good specimen. That piece up there. This is fun to look at. This one doesn't have much in it, so let's do, if you take your flashlight and let you go right through here, you can see why they call it the ghosting. So this one didn't have much color. The one behind it has a little bit of flash. And this one at the top here has a lot more. But you can even see with me putting the flashlight to it that there's not a lot you can come back down on, that you're going to be able to pull out any more layers or different colors. It might pop. That's pretty neat too. I think you could flatten the back of this one and just leave that as a really nice specimen too. I could polish it up a little bit better. Okay, there's a bigger one. What is the size of this one? So this is a good 2 inches. Nice. 2 different stones there. Black lantern. Somebody has a big imagination. It's nice. So yeah, I'm extremely happy with this buy. I bought other stuff, some other opals, which I'll show at a different time, but this purchase I'm extremely happy with. Which is the way 99.9% of the time when I purchase from Don and Dave. So I think Dave may be having another sale that he had similar to last night with some slabs and everything. He's helping a gentleman get rid of his excess. I forget which gem and mineral club he's from. I think it was JV MMC, something like that. I like this one. It's got some depth to it. Okay, I haven't had one that didn't have something on it. This is a bit tiny, but still has maybe. This little one's up the top there. That's pretty neat. All right, that's 2 bags. Let's go for number 3, and I'll try to speed this up a little bit. What are we at? 21 minutes already? Wow. See, I go for 30 minutes and I end up much longer. Okay, some big chunkers. This is fantastic. I love that. That's great. Just bring it all in, girdle it all out, and we have somebody looking out of a cave in there. Help me! Sorry. If my chat, my chat might have paused for a minute. All the bubblies. So that actually may be able to come from this other side a little bit. Get into this bubbles in there. There's petroleus. Really neat. I got a pile of fire going right here. It looks fantastic. I don't know if you can all just do it quickly. Really good. Here's a little one. Let's see what we got on the other side of here. Neat. It's like a balloon down here. See if we can get real close in there. That's nice. What were they saying last night? Oh, so there you go. There's the fire agate belly button. Last night they had the Brazilian agate belly button. But this one, yep. There's another beauty. Look at that. And you can see how it rounds out in here. So you can almost pluck that out. Maybe even, I'll probably end up cutting straight down here. That's brilliant. Mother Nature makes some amazing things. Just stupendous, really. And this one might have a little something in it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this one's flatter. It's got a lot of ghost on the back. Let me go back out a little bit. It's got a little bit of everything in it. A good size for a good pendant. And on the back, it shows the matrix, but it doesn't. Well, that's pretty neat, even with that cloud like that. Oh, there's an elephant. Yep, there's Dumbo, right there. And over here we have Snuffleupagus. Sorry. Alright, well we can do definitely some stone watching could be done here. Yep, Snuffleupagus and Dumbo. It's pretty neat. Look at all the little ones in there. So yeah, when I repost this, I'll probably, hopefully leave the chat live. And then put some nice music to it so you don't have to hear me talking all the time. Hi, Scott. How you doing? My messages isn't updating, but I think I know now. Now I know why the messages doesn't, because I'm not punching in myself. That's a chunk of a piece too. Could almost just put a hole up here. Let it catch the sunlight. All right, one more. I'm actually doing pretty well on time. I didn't pick these bags in any particular order. So, there you go. Matrix, a little bit of ghosting. Yeah, it's a big junker for sure. And some of these you can almost see where you could cut through and maybe get another layer. It would be risky, but I think I have plenty to work with. Look at this little one. Sort of just the rings. Pretty neat. Just does the rings on the outside. So it's almost like the aurora lights a little bit. Now I can, if I can't cab it, I'll trim them up for sure. And I'll leave some of the ghosting in it and maybe even some of the matrix, just to make it a full stone. And I haven't got into silversmithing as much as I'd like. I have it all here, that's why I'm on this board. I need to do some more. In fact, I'm going to do something this weekend. And I have the silver put away to do it, and the bezel, so it's just a matter of taking some time and actually doing it. So, pretty neat piece, a little bit of everything. Some nice colors in there too. Yeah, that last piece is pretty neat. All of them are fantastic, actually. And yeah. So, can I get into, see that one that's showing down in the bottom there? Let's see. There you go. So, there's something in there. I don't know how deep it goes. It doesn't stay very dark here. So, it may just filter out into some white chalcedony. See him hiding down in there? We might try and dig it out. Oh, here you go. So, I didn't mean to leave this piece lost, but it came out lost. Look at that. That is lovely. So yeah, I'll have to gently just roll over that edge. And now for some reason, going in and out. So let's get a little bit closer. And then I'm going to show you something else too. Thank you all for coming in. Appreciate you staying in. Appreciate you taking the time to watch. And these lives seem to help the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, subscribe. I'll be doing live, I think, probably once a week. Just a little show and tells. And then hopefully doing a long cut and a couple of shorts. That's basically what I'm trying to do. That's just a big matrixy type. That one's got beautiful golden globe in the middle. I think this one's one of my favorite. So that's one of my favorite. All right. Well, thanks, Don. Thanks, Dave. If you ever get a chance to do Dave's sales, go on there. It's pretty easy. Prices are fantastic. So very happy with that. And then just before we get out of here, like I said, I had to go to my friend's jewelry shop. I had something for him, and I needed to get a couple pieces of opal out, and that's how much I got. You saw the price at the beginning, and I would say even if I took 10 of these, it overpays for everything. So fantastic bargain. Now we're going to do something a little bit different because we're going to get off soon. So I do appreciate you coming in. But I went over, do we want the big pieces or the little pieces? So this is something I've been saving. And I had to clean the water out because I've been in the water for a while. And my friend is nice enough to keep them for me. There's some Aussie water right there. I don't know how well this is going to come out on this camera. Not very well. That's funny. Let's see what happens if I do this. It's amazing how they don't come out. How is that possible? These are absolutely stunning and you can't see it. Which just... yeah, you can kind of see it when I don't use the flashlight. But this live is even worse than doing it on a video. Let me see how I can do this. It's got to be this one. Hold your eyes. Go closer. There you go. But yeah, these are color side, just full on color. Every which way you look. Cubipedes. Had these a while. And it goes side to side. There you go. These were not Don and Dave's, but these are just a saver. A rainy day. And we'll cut them at some point. A lot of greens and blues. But yeah, you don't even have to look for a bar on these. No crazing. And like that piece right there is, let's have a look. It's 5.1 grams, so 25 carats. So that's a 25 carat stone, just by itself. So even if you lost 50% of it, you're looking at a 10 carat stone, which is pretty phenomenal. Nice. Alright, those are the bigger pieces. And it does have a little, I think it's a crack or a line in it. I think it's a line. No, these are Australian opal, Cubipedes. I've had these. No, and so if it was wet like this, so yeah. So if you did that with an Ethiopian, it would actually turn completely clear. But one of the best ways to tell with Ethiopian and Australian opal is put it on your tongue. I know they don't stick things in your mouth, but if you put this, if I put this on my tongue, it would slide right off. If I put an Ethiopian on, because it's hydrophane, it actually sticks to your tongue. And when you put them in water, they will show you the colors, but it also loses the whiteness. And they have a lot of problems with cracking. All right, let me put those back in their little jar. I got one other little jar. I bought these when I bought my machine. And that's why I've had them locked up. Okay. Ta-da! They look good just in the jar, and he wants to put them up in his display case. I won't let him do it. These are a bit smaller. Oh yeah, look at that. These are like crystal. And I won't know for sure if they're crystal until I cut them. But hey, thanks for sticking in, Captiva. Really appreciate it. Just show these off real quick. And we'll cut these at some point. Some work to be done on that one. And yeah, none of these are crazed. I've kept them in water since I had them, and the gentleman that had them before me had them in water as well. That's going to turn out nice. Alright. So fire agate and a little bit of opal. They are not the same compounds. And yeah, that's it for tonight. Thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate it. Check out my videos when they come out. Best way to do that is to go ahead and subscribe and hit the all notification button, and you'll get my posts, you'll get my lives, and you'll get the videos and shorts that I push out too. But I really do appreciate your these lives seem to be doing fairly well, so I'm going to keep doing them each week. And have a great long weekend, I hope, for you. And we'll see you next time. So in the meantime, take care of each other. Most of all, take care of yourself. Cheers now. These are fun. I might look at them for a while. Bye now.